Welcome everyone to another awesome lecture. What we're going to learn today is we're going to learn about routes, how we can create routes, and how we can pass in variables. So without too much saying, I'm just going to navigate through the application. So open up the application you created last time. So my name was intro and your name might be different. Now, all of our routes will be in routes folder and web.php. Now you can see that here it's italic and I want to stay there because if I go change to API it will change it. Right now if I want to stay there, I'm gonna save it, Control and S to stay there, and I'm just gonna go in the resources and open this welcome blade. Right now remember we are seeing this, just gonna here, just gonna refresh it. So also make sure that your XAMPP is working in order to load this part. Now you need to see this actually. So intro.com or yourname.com, doesn't matter. Now we are seeing this because in routes, I'm just going to close it, we have the slash and that is pointing out to the root. So the name is intro.com, that's why it's loading this welcome view, and welcome view is actually again resources, views, and welcome. So inside here we are seeing here home. Where is it, home? Well, actually we don't see it because it's not logged in. Now we see this part. Now here I'm gonna change, this is Laravel intro, and now you're gonna see the changes because this is actually loading that view. So how are we gonna create a new view? I'm just gonna leave this one here. We can register new views and start with the route keyword, and then you put double semicolons and you get slash, and now we need to pass in the name. For example, if I want to create a page about, for example, remember your application will have multiple pages. For here you're gonna go to the, for example, contact, but at the moment if I go to the contact I will have 404 not found. That's why let's create a route with the get request. Now here this request can be different. It can be post, it can be delete, it can be anything. Not anything, but it can be different. So for example, when we're trying to submit a form, remember in the PHP we had in the form, we had a form, and I'm just gonna put it in the blade here just to show you. So we have a form, right? HTML form, and we have an action. The action will go actually to somewhere, and the method will be post. So it's actually same, right? Get or post. So the method is post, and that's why we try to save something, we need to specify the request here. So for example, if you want to try to save a data that comes from a form, we should always use post, right? So, but we're gonna do that later. Now just gonna be get, and I'm gonna save that one, and I'm gonna delete this part. So at the moment we have two same, and I'm just gonna contact and return view welcome. So I'm not gonna return this view. Actually this view is here. So first I'm gonna show you that you can return anything here, and you can return, let's say you can return this is contact page. And let's see now if the contact 404 will be found. Here it is. This is a contact page. Also what you can do, you can throw in HTML here. Let's put H1. Let's grab this, copy it, cut it inside, and that will be rendered perfectly here. It should be H1. Here it is. This is the contact page. Now one more thing we can also, what we can do, so we can return a view. So if you want, it's a good idea to go inside the views and create a new file called contact.blade.php, right? And inside that contact, instead of returning this here, this is the contact page, I can grab this one and I will put it in a contact page inside, right? I'm just gonna close this welcome for now, and now I have the view. Now I have the view inside the folder view, I'm just going to show you, and I will say contact. Remember, I don't need to type contact.blade.php. I need to type this one. Now, if I refresh, nothing strange should happen. So if I go back home, and if I go to the contact, it will work. So you should not have, I have double semicolons here, that's a problem, but you should not have any problems accessing this view because this view is actually registered here. Now, one more thing. You will see that you can create your views, and that's a very good idea, inside the subfolders or directories. For example, you will have a different pages here. We will have about, contact, I don't know, what are also page, portfolio, whatever is there. But you can create a new folder called pages, and you can drag and drop this one into pages, move it. Now you see that's inside pages. So if I refresh now, I'm gonna have a problem. Again, view contact not found, and that's true because in view there is a no contact.blade.php. It's inside this pages folder. So how we can access this one? So here I will just say pages and contact, and then the view will be found again. Very good. Also, another way that you can do is you can use dot syntax. And dot syntax is preferred by most of developers, and I will use this dot syntax. So if I do this, nothing will change. Now, how to make this more dynamic? Or, for example, we're gonna have a posts, and imagine here, if I go back, there are posts, different posts, like 3 or 4 posts here, and you click to one post and it's go to that specific post. But that specific post will be, for example, ID, or it will be title here, the title of the post, then ID, right? So because we need to grab this ID in order to load the post here. So how we can pass multiple parameters here, not just one. And for that reason, I'm just gonna copy this, and I'm gonna paste it here, and I will say, let's name it block here. Maybe that's a not good name. And also in pages, that's not relevant here, but I'm just gonna create that block, new file, block.blade.php. Inside it will be empty for now, but let's see, let's go back. Let's see in pages, so we need to go back now. So we have pages, block, and if I go to block, and I haven't saved it, save it. Make sure that you're saving. So if you don't see me saving, save it yourself, right? So if I go here straight to block, it should gives me an empty page, right? And if I type here something, it should be there. But I'm just gonna delete that one because I don't want it. Now pages.block. So imagine that here you need to pass in the ID of that block, and ID, it will be here. But if I'm not just gonna return the view. I can just say return the ID. But remember, see what I'm doing here? I'm returning the variable. So in this function, the second part of this route is the function. So we need to specify the ID here. Now, if you see me this, remember, this is the route. In here, this route is not correct. If I go hit enter, it will be page not 404, page not found. Why is that? Somebody will say, well, we have block. Yes, we do, but we have another slash, and we have the ID here. But we don't have that one ID. So if I click it here, like, if I type it here, like, I don't know, 44, and because I'm returning that one, I will see return ID. And let's say the block ID is, and you concatenate with dot, and you should not have any problems. Make a little bit space here. So the block ID is 44, and that's how you can pass in one ID. But what happens if you want to say, after that, you want to do the title, another curly bracket, a single curly bracket, and you should put the title. But remember here, we have ID, but we don't have the title. And so what we can do here, we can say title. Now that's nice. and you can say, you can change this one. I'm just gonna copy it here. I can comment, so control /, that's how you can comment fast. Now you say the title of the post, and I can concatenate that with ID number, and now I should. So if I see this, it's gonna run into a problem again. So I have 44, but I don't have the title. Now I can type the title. So title, this is very good. And also what I can do, I can just zoom, oops. Oh, I can't zoom in actually here. Now, so this is very good with ID number 44, because ID is pulling from here, and this is very good, the name of the title actually, right? So that is how you can pass multiple parameters. But we are not gonna do this. We're not gonna do this way. We need to create a controller inside app HTTP and controllers. We need to create controller that will deal with all of this, and from then it will return this view. So we in the future, in the project, you're not gonna see me doing this. I'm gonna create the route, but I'm not gonna return it here, because this is not the only way we can specify the route, right? We can just we can also give a name to a route. We can do that. We will explain that later. I don't want to lecture to be super long and boring. So this is not the only way how we can specify and register routes, you will see. And this is not the only way how we can return the view, right? So next time, here in the block, actually, we're going to create a controller. Maybe not next time, but we will see if we're going to create a controller, and this ID will be passed from the controller here that we're going to create to this view, to the block view. So maybe this is strange and confusing right now, but now you need to learn one thing, that here we can register a new route. This one is loading the view welcome inside resources view welcome .blade. Now we create another one specifying another route, specifying a name, and it will have a get request, and inside this function we are returning pages contact. This is the contact plate. So also we learn how to pass multiple parameters, not just one. You can just delete this one and it will be only one, because you might not need the title, and you can return it. But we're not going to do it like this. We're going to do it through controllers, and stay with me, and I think you will learn a lot more, because this is only introduction. It's a boring part. After that is coming the interesting part. So that's it for this lecture, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.